The darkness of the night is not a comforting blanket, but a terrifying, completely chaotic environment. The sky is suddenly violently illuminated by the harsh, bright glare of German magnesium star shells. These massive flares slowly drift down on small parachutes, casting long, terrifying dancing shadows across the massive piles of dead bodies. Every time a bright flare pops in the sky, the agonizing cries suddenly completely stop. The wounded boys desperately hold their breath and play dead, terrified that the bright artificial light will expose them to the completely merciless German snipers. As soon as the flare burns out and the heavy darkness returns, the terrible crying instantly begins again. Under the fragile cover of this chaotic darkness, the brave medical orderlies and stretcher bearers crawl desperately out into the killing fields. They cannot use flashlights or lanterns because any visible light will instantly draw heavy machine gun fire. They have to crawl blindly through the thick, wet mud, feeling their way with their bare, bleeding hands. They crawl over the cold, stiffening bodies of the dead, trying desperately to find the warm, breathing bodies of the living. When they find a wounded boy, they have to try and drag him slowly backward through the deep craters and tangled wire without making a single sound. The sheer physical effort of dragging a 160-pound man through thick, deep mud while staying completely flat on your stomach is absolutely unimaginable. For the lucky few who are still able to move their arms and legs, the night offers one desperate, final chance for survival. The boys who have been playing completely dead in the deep craters all day finally begin to move. They strip off their heavy, useless 66-pound canvas packs and drop their heavy steel helmets. They leave everything behind to make themselves as light and invisible as possible. They begin an absolutely terrifying, slow crawl back toward the British lines. They drag their shattered, bleeding legs through the cold, muddy water. They freeze completely still every time a bright German flare lights up the sky, violently pressing their faces deep into the rotting flesh of the dead bodies around them. The journey back is a complete nightmare of confusion. The massive artillery bombardment has completely erased all familiar landmarks. The boys have absolutely no idea which direction the British trenches are. Some completely disoriented and deeply traumatized boys accidentally crawl the wrong way and end up right back at the thick German barbed wire, where they are instantly, violently killed by the nervous sentries. Others simply run out of physical strength halfway across the massive expanse of no man's land. They bleed to death slowly in the cold, dark mud, completely alone and totally forgotten.